Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be tackling the question of what actually comes on the disc for Halo Infinite. So, here we have the physical disc copy of Halo Infinite, and recently I've read a lot of articles from multiple sources like Polygon, IGN, all saying that reportedly Halo Infinite's disc does not actually contain the game on it, doesn't contain the campaign or anything on it, which isn't as unusual as it sounds, since a lot of games these days on disc just contain like a small 200 megabyte or so license file and that's it. Very minimal, almost no game content on them. So I figured I'd put that to the test with the disc copy of Halo Infinite to see if that's actually true, and I'll be testing it on my Xbox One X, which is set to offline mode so that I can install the game, if there's anything on it, without installing updates. Now, I would test this on my Series X, but the Series X does not actually let you run Xbox One games without updates on it. The Series X actually mandates you to have the Series X upgrades installed in order to play the game. So it wouldn't have worked anyways, even if there is something on a disc, which is an unfortunate policy for the Series X, because these games are huge and you can't play them without the updates. But anyways, so now I put the disc in the Xbox One X, and it does read the disc just fine, which isn't surprising. And it actually says that it's the Halo Infinite campaign that it's installing, which is actually interesting, because it actually does seem to be installing something. But is it just a 200 megabyte license file or something like that? Well, the interesting thing is that it is actually not. It is actually installing something pretty big. In fact, the Halo Infinite campaign that's installing, it seems to be a 14.72 gigabyte installation, which actually does seem to be just about what the campaign actually is if you installed it normally, online and everything. So, in the interest of time, we're going to speed this up to let it finish, because as you can see, it takes about almost 10 minutes to install off the disc. Some of you may have internet that's even faster than that, actually. But yeah, so what's interesting is that the campaign does seem to be actually on the disc, which means the reports that, there's nothing on the disc, or like just like a small license file on the disc, do seem to be inaccurate. It does actually seem to be installing something significant. So now that the installation is done, we can actually start it up, or try to start it up and see what happens. So normally with those games that like Fallout 76, for example, that only has like a small license file on the disc, if you start it up, it's just going to be like a blank screen or something, or like some message telling you to go online or something to install it. There won't be like any game content usually with those kinds of games. But with Halo Infinite, off the disc, it does seem to actually contain the full campaign and a lot of game content. Like, we had that loading screen there, we have the intro videos for the Xbox logo and the new 343 logo, all unskippable, but yeah, it does seem to contain all this game content. And I actually forgot how long, I've been so used to the Series X that I forgot how long loading takes on the Xbox One consoles, including the One X. Like, it's not terrible, but I've just been so used to near instant loading on the Series X consoles. So this is like a huge difference compared to the Series X. But it's not bad, and it actually seems to be working, seems to be loading stuff. And here we are, we're actually on the start screen, the start menu now. And if we actually press start to go into the main menu, well, we are greeted with this message here that's saying the installation is actually incomplete and that we need to go online to finish the installation, which is unfortunate, very unfortunate. Even though it seems the full campaign and main menu, everything is included on the disc and can be launched and can be loaded into, we can't actually play the campaign or get into the main menu for that matter, which is very unfortunate for game preservation. Like I said, it seems to be like the full campaign that it was installed. The size and everything, the version number, there's an actual build of the game that was installed. It's just not playable without going online first. Which, like I said, is very bad for game preservation, because down the road, in the far future, when Xbox Live is shut down for Xbox One consoles, for example, there'll be no way to actually play Halo Infinite off the disc anymore, to install it off the disc. The only way to keep playing Halo Infinite is if you already had it installed. But for people who never had that, there'd be no way to play Halo Infinite anymore, which is a huge shame. And it's very unfortunate. All you can really do with the disc is just sit on the main menu, listen to the music. So, like I said, that's very unfortunate for game preservation. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. As always, if you did, make sure to leave a like, Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!